Welcome to Deep Roots, Open Skies, a podcast dedicated to exploring the defining moments that shape our lives. I'm your host, Lakisa. Welcome back, beautiful souls, to another episode of Deep Roots, Open Skies, the podcast where we dig deep into the stuff that really matters and let our spirits soar high. I'm your host, Lakisa, and today we're going to dig into that invisible luggage. Yeah, you heard me right. Ladies, gather around because we're about to get real. We all have baggage. And I'm not talking about the cute designer bags we love to show off on Instagram, like that sleek Chanel clutch, a classic Gucci handbag, or that fabulous Louis Vuitton tote, maybe even the elegant or the trendy Prada shoulder bag. Nope, I'm talking about the invisible ones, the ones that aren't on sale at Macy's or a higher end store. Try to think of it like this. If you can imagine you're standing in a bustling terminal of an airport, you've got your essentials ready. Passport, boarding pass, and that gorgeous carry-on that makes you feel like a jet-setting superstar. But beneath the surface, there's another kind of luggage tagging along. A collection of invisible bags that we as women often carry, whether we realize it or not. These aren't your typical designer labels. They're the labels that whisper doubts and insecurities. Not pretty enough, too overweight, not worthy. These bags are packed with the insecurities and societal pressures we often face, silently weighing us down as we navigate through life. Each label is a reminder of the stories and judgments we sometimes let define us. Maybe it's the internalized voice from years ago that made you believe you weren't beautiful enough in a world obsessed with perfection. Or perhaps it's the pressure to fit into a certain dress size. Who makes these so-called rules, as if your worth is measured in pounds? And let's not forget the fear of not being worthy of love, success, or happiness, always lurking in the background. These invisible bags aren't checked at the counter or stashed in an overhead bin, yet they follow us like shadows, influencing how we see ourselves and how we think others perceive us. Sound familiar? It's a journey many of us know too well. But just like with physical luggage, we can learn to lighten load, choosing what truly serves us on this flight called life. And let's face it, not everyone needs to see these bags. You don't owe anyone your life story, especially if they're not in your circle of trust. Think about it. How often do we find ourselves oversharing with people who haven't earned the right to our inner world? It's like opening your phone to a stranger on the subway, awkward and unnecessary. Here's the thing. We all have that one friend who couldn't care less about our emotional baggage. You know the one. The friend who's more interested in the latest celebrity gossip or whether a certain Hollywood power couple has finally called it quits. They're the ones who will listen intently to the latest rumors, but somehow miss the cues when you need a heart-to-heart. These are the friends who will show up with popcorn and a bottle of wine for a movie night, ready to dissect every plot twist. But when it comes to unraveling the complexities of our own lives, attention span seems to vanish. And that's okay, because not everyone is meant to carry the weight of our stories. It's crucial to recognize that sharing our burdens is a privilege, not a requirement. We hold the power to decide who gets a front row seat to our struggles and triumphs. You want to ensure the right people are in the audience. Those who would cheer you on and offer genuine support without expecting a detailed script of every emotional curveball life throws your way. Choosing wisely who to let into your inner circle is essential. These are the people who will stand by you during the storm and celebrate with you in the sunshine. They are the ones who understand that sometimes you just need a silent companion or a comforting presence rather than an interrogator or a critic. If God is your only co-pilot, then let that be your guiding principle. Trust in the divine wisdom to help you discern who truly deserves to be part of your personal journey. After all, not everyone is meant to understand your path, and that's perfectly okay. Embrace the strength that comes with selective vulnerability, knowing that the right people will be there to lift you up and walk alongside you without the need for constant explanation. By surrounding yourself with those who genuinely care, you create a support system that enriches and nourishes your growth. It's about quality, not quantity, and ensuring that those you let into your business are there to encourage your ascent, not weigh you down. And imagine every time you walk into a room, you're carrying all this baggage. And it's not just about lugging it around like a well-traveled suitcase, but rather opening it up and laying it out for everyone to see, as if you're hosting a yard sale in the middle of a dinner party. Each emotion, insecurity, and past hurt sprayed all out like items with price tags, inviting everyone to take a closer look and pass judgment. It's a scenario many of us can relate to, feeling as though our personal struggles are on display for the world to see. We've all got enough baggage to fill a Kardashian closet, overflowing with the designer labels of our deepest fears and anxieties. But understand this, we don't have to show everything like it's a prize collection. Think of it like this. Just because you own a vintage Chanel jacket doesn't mean you wear it to every occasion. The same goes for your emotional baggage. Not every room you enter requires you to unpack your entire life story. It's about choosing when and where to reveal those parts of yourself, keeping in mind that not every audience needs or deserves a backstage pass to the inner workings of your heart. We have the power to decide when to keep the suitcase closed and when to share its contents with those who truly matter. By being selective, we protect our peace and maintain control over our narrative, ensuring we're not giving away too much of ourselves to those who aren't equipped to handle it. So how do we lighten the load? First, let's stop checking in with everyone and their neighbor about our insecurities. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation from every passerby. But not everyone is equipped to offer the guidance or support we truly need. Instead, focus on those who have earned your trust and respect, the ones who can offer meaningful insights and genuine support. Now, here's a thought. What if we started treating our emotional luggage like our favorite pair of shoes? We wear them, they support us, and we don't need to explain why we bought them to every stranger in line at Starbucks. You don't have to justify why you prefer flats over stilettos, just like you don't have to explain why you feel the way you do. Have you been somewhere and there's always somebody got to talk about everything and anything about themselves? like we had asked? Now let's visualize. Close your eyes. Unless you're driving, then keep those peepers on the road. Imagine getting on a plane with just a tiny backpack of essentials. No extra baggage, just you and the open skies. That's the freedom we're talking about, ladies. And remember, the people who deserve to know your story are those who will love you unconditionally, whether you're carrying a Louis Vuitton or a hefty dose of self-doubt. They're the ones who see beyond the surface, recognizing the depth and complexity of your character, and appreciating you for who you truly are. These are the companions who will sit with you, baggage and all, offering a safe space where vulnerability is met with compassion rather than judgment. They'll help you unpack your emotional suitcase in a gentle, loving way, patiently sorting through each piece with understanding and empathy. They'll celebrate your strengths and acknowledge your weaknesses, knowing that both are integral parts of your story. When you're weighed down by the burdens of self-doubt, they're the ones who will remind you of your worth and potential, offering words of encouragement and support. Do you have those friends? In their presence, you'll find solace and strength, knowing that you don't have to carry the load alone. They help you navigate through life's challenges, providing a shoulder to lean on and a listening ear when you need it most. Embrace these relationships, for they are the ones that enrich your journey and make the load a little lighter. So let's make a pact. Let's travel lightly and live freely, embracing the joy of life unburdened by unnecessary weight. And when it comes to our invisible luggage, let's be mindful and selective about who gets a peek inside. Being selective means taking the time to evaluate the relationships in your life. Consider who has consistently shown up for you, who listens without judgment, and who offers support without expecting something in return. These are the people who have proven themselves worthy of your trust and vulnerability. Do you have those friends? It's about recognizing that not everyone needs access to your inner world. By setting boundaries, you empower yourself to share only with those who uplift and understand you. It's perfectly okay to keep some aspects of your journey private, saving them for the moments and individuals who truly matter. Ask yourself, who has earned the privilege of knowing my story? Who will handle my truths with care and respect? By thoughtfully choosing who gets to see your invisible luggage, you protect your emotional well-being and create space for more meaningful connections. So as we move forward, let's carry our stories with grace and share them with intention, ensuring that those who are invited into our personal narrative are there to enrich, support, and celebrate our journey. And that's all for today's journey on Deep Roots, Open Skies. If you love what you've heard, share it with a friend, or better yet, call your bestie and have a laugh about that time you tried to fit your entire closet into a carry-on. Catch you later, fellow travelers. Keep soaring. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Deep Roots, Open Skies. Until next time, embrace your journey and keep exploring the possibilities.